Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. This is one of my weekend updates. Just tell you what's going on in the craft room, and we have some happy mail. And I just wanted to let you know that the reason that I call you friends, for those of you who are new, is because I really appreciate that you take the time to watch my videos and support my channel. So every one of you, you're a friend if you're watching. That's how I look at it. For these videos, I might show you a few things and just tell you what's going on various projects. If you're new to my channel, I have a tendency to do a crazy variety, and I sort of film what you ask for because life is too short to make videos of everything. But last weekend, Sunday, the weather was pretty good and I had big dreams, right? I was going to do a million things in the craft room. I was going to do some art journaling with the shop door open and enjoy the sunshine, get out all the paint and get super messy. And the reality of it is, by the time I moved a tree that had been in a pot, and when I say I only lift 20 pounds, so Mr. Crafting and Relaxing gets invitations to help at certain phases in the projects. So moved that tree, moved a clematis that's growing on a bed frame, and I had to move the clematis and the bed frame both together. That one didn't weigh very much, so I did that one by myself. And then there were just a lot of other things, and I'm just getting the yard ready for spring. Some areas that were a little ugly were on my list from last year to make changes. Oh, I dug up a gorgeous flowering hellebore. Not sure if you know what those are. Shade plants. That was from my grandma's yard that had naturalized, so it made a small one next to it. Dug that up and gave it to somebody else. I got ready for spring. Then today, it's rainy, so I'm going to spend the whole Sunday in the craft room. We've had almost 1/3 of an inch of rain already, and it's 7:30 a.m. That's going to be really good for the new tree and stuff. Let's talk about this, and then we'll go on to some other subjects. I'm going to show you an art journal page. A lot of stuff going on. This is from Melody Made It, melodymade.com. She has a website. When I messaged her on her website before, I'm not sure if she ever got it. You know, some of us, I'm guilty too. We have websites, but maybe that's not really our thing, and so we don't check that email or it doesn't go. Don't be upset if she doesn't answer you, but she makes products and sells them on there, and she reached out to me because she's in Oregon and I'm in Oregon, and they're just, it's fun to say, hey, we're in the same state. Maybe we could shop sometime, or maybe we'll see each other at crops or journal making classes. You never know. Look at it. It's gorgeous. You can kind of tell her style, right? I love this clock washi tape, and I don't know if you can tell, but she's addressed it with a gold glitter pen. Remember, dress up the outside. We can have fun with this. Then her stamps even match, her paper, and I think she made this envelope. It's just a really neat vintage theme on the envelope, and she's inked the edges. It's fun. It's way more fun than getting a white envelope, right? Oh my gosh, look at that. So she definitely made it. How cool is that? Oh, can you guys see? So there's various colors of glitter. The bird has brown, and then there's green, and then this looks like it has some sort of gold paint on it. Oh my gosh. And then she dated it down here. I don't know if she wants her last name to show. So she dated her project. And this is ledger paper. And if you guys know, I'm a finance and accounting nerd. I love ledger paper, and it would never occur to me to use it like this. Oh my gosh, super, super cool. Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. That is so true, you guys. It's like that Ferris Bueller's Day Off line. You got to stop and look around once in a while. So I'm going to read this offline and then maybe comment back, because it looks kind of long. Maybe she didn't want me to read it all on here. I just want to show you a little bit just because it's so cute. Look what she's done. This looks like she tea-dyed and or inked the edges, and she inked every fold. It is super cute. Things I want to tell you. Melody has an Instagram. She's Melody Made, and it's Melody with an I. And she has a Facebook group, Newbie Junk Journal Makers, which sounds like something I would love. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not very good at Facebook. I have a Crafting and Relaxing page for Facebook, but I'm not very good. I think what I'll try and do is go on and ask to join Newbie Junk Journal Makers, but I don't know if a page can join a group. So I've had some troubles with that. I don't really want to join everything as my first and last name, just because I like to keep my lives separate, which I think I must do a pretty good job of, because Chica Chats thought that I didn't work. And by the way, I was not upset, Chica. I just thought that was a fabulous, a fabulous world you were living in, and I wanted to live there with you. Melody said, she made a couple comments that I will share. She's trying to get to know people better in her own state because so many of her crafty friends are far away, and I think that happens to a lot of us. Her Facebook group has 800 members, so that sounds like super fun and a place to find a lot of cool people. She likes to watch my channel because it's positive and upbeat, and I think that's probably why I don't talk about work, right? I try and make it that way. I think that there's plenty in the world. We all know what we're living through, and let's talk about crafting and relaxing because it's way more fun. Speaking of which, look at this. She has taken the time to do exquisite glitter work. Here, sorry guys. I'm always practicing and changing up my lighting. It just never seems to work. Let's try this. And I think it depends on certain projects. Like if there's packaging, you're blinded. She has glitter on each of the flowers, and it doesn't look like she cheated like me and just used like diamond stickles. She has coordinated the color of glitter to each section of the picture. Beautiful. And this I love, and these layers. And then she's got like a chipboard piece that she's painted here and bingo cards. See, I would have this stuff, but I never think of how to use it. And she said that she made this live in her group. So if some of you are in her group, then you may have already seen it. I love it. I think what I'm going to do is figure out how to hang it on the wall. It would look really cool in a clipboard. I don't know if I have the right size. One of the things I've been thinking, since we all have so much extra time, is I'd like to paint the walls. If you've seen my craft room tour, you might have noticed some are white and some are very 70s paneling. My house is from the 60s, but I don't know. This one room had the dark paneling, and it's not attractive. Thank you so much, Melody. This is absolutely fabulous, and I am going to try and join your group, and I know that I've been following you on Instagram, and it's fun to see what you're doing. I love this tape. I just love everything about this. It's very cool. Really, really cool. Love it. I have to think about ledger paper and just using it as a fun backdrop. I have some. I got some at Scrap PDX. I'm going to leave this right here so you guys can study it a little. There you go. So you can look at it, and then I'll move it for you a little while I talk. So speaking of changing up my craft room, I am going to tell you one thing that's not super positive, but I know that some of you asked because I post on Instagram. My Pooh Bear, she is our old dog. She's probably like 15. We're pretty much doing hospice. We're keeping her comfy. She had new blood work, and it showed that her liver medication was not working, and that now her kidneys are struggling. So then we did the new blood work because of loss of appetite, and she got prescribed amoxicillin just to see if perhaps she had some sort of infection, and that would resolve it. We are not, my husband and I had that big long talk yesterday, and we are not of the belief that she will be digging up the backyard sometime soon or running around in the sunshine. We convince her to get up and go outside and go potty, and yes, sometimes we lose. So we're just trying to figure out keeping her comfortable, and she doesn't like change. So I decided, even though we have a lot of time, I'm not going to move the furniture around and paint the walls and make any changes. I'm just going to leave it. She can enjoy this room exactly as messy and undecorated as it is for a while. So that's what's going on with her, and we're just trying to keep her comfy. And I mean, she has every option to keep comfy. We have a plethora of prescriptions, but if she's throwing them up, that doesn't help. And Wilson is going to have a lot of really, really fancy dog food options because she won't eat them. So now she's eating chicken and rice, which, by the way, she is very interested in and would probably eat large quantities of, but I'm pacing her. It's the same if you've been ill and you haven't eaten, and then like somebody puts a big plate of food in front of you, like that's just not a good idea, right? You have to like baby step it back in. Oh, look at this edge too. Melody, what do you use? Did you use like your scissors or like an actual tool? I use my scissors sometimes. I don't have like a, the Tim Holtz rip it up thing. Those are cool edges. So anyway, that's what's up with Pooh Bear. It's not ideal, but it was bound to happen. And if you know her story, she is a rescue, super high anxiety. She's been with us for 10 years, and our entire household is centered around her because she's pretty impressive. That's all I can say about that. She's this very special old lady. Okay, now I want to show you my art journal page that I made. I haven't made one in forever. And you guys, you get rusty. So don't be afraid. Get your stuff out, play with it, go crazy. Because what happens is you just get, it's like people who exercise. Okay, don't know who you are, but I'm sure you're out there. If you don't, then you start to lose your ability, right? So when I started putting glues and or pastes together, A, I didn't know where things were, and B, I couldn't remember, like, is this more green or this more blue, and how do the things work together? So what I did was I have a couple of different acrylic paints down here. I have some crackle glaze. Okay, I like crackle glaze, but I don't know that you can really see it. And I don't know that I've gotten amazing effects with it yet. I think I need to put it a little thicker. And I did let it air dry because I think that works better than hitting it with the heat gun. Then this is a die cut that I got from Susie in Happy Mail. Thank you so much. And you guys know my word for 2020 is joy. And she sent me these beautiful joy and joyful die cuts. And I've been putting them on everything. And then I have a bit of tulle. I thought about using crepe paper because I use that sometimes. I just wanted an accent and I didn't want any color, but I didn't want to block the color behind it. I feel like it's a little empty here, and I thought about putting a border, but I think I'm just going to call it done, and I'm going to date it because I always forget to do that. And I put it in the first page of this art journal because I don't know why I'd never used the first page. And this is the Dina Wakley book from a couple years ago. I have the new cute little white one. I don't have the blue one yet, but I feel like if I haven't even messed up the white one, I probably shouldn't run out and buy the blue. But I do like blue. Oh, I am very belated on thank yous. I apologize, some of you who sent me Happy Mail. I don't think I've sent thank yous to Susie or Robin, and those were a while ago. There's just been a lot going on. I think we might have been a little distracted. I don't know about you, but I was. I'm going to film No Paper Left Behind, and you should see that come out tomorrow or the next day, so I'll meet the deadline. You can tell me, do you think I finished it? Let's see what else. Oh, I have some more DIYs coming too. My mom sent my sister and I a picture and said, does either of you want this cabinet? And my sister said, well, of course I'd love to have it, but probably 10,000 people want to watch what Sarah will do with it. So she does have a cabinet for me, but at this time, I'm following social distancing, and I don't think it's a good idea for me to go visit my mom. But if I get super bored, I might just drive over, open her garage, take it, wave to her. Who knows? I might run out of projects, you guys. Crazy. My wonderful neighbor Noni is always trying to loan me different things. Hey, do you want to try this? Hey, do you want to use my paper? Hey, I have so many projects going all the time that I never really, I don't run out of ideas. Do you guys? I mean, I start more than any human can finish. And that's why my unfinished objects basket, UFOs, it's full. But, I'll come back to them. Maybe I'll have UFO week or something. We could all do that, right? So I hope you guys are taking time for crafting and relaxing and taking care of yourself. Don't worry about us. We are social distancing, and Mr. Crafting and Relaxing has done a million things around here. I just come up with the ideas and then go back in my craft room. And Pooh is pretty happy just laying on her bed in the craft room all day. So that's what we're doing here. And her hearing is such that, for the most part, she doesn't even mind when I bang around, drop things, or there's a craft-a-lanch. So I think it's working out pretty well. Wilson, the big dog, has been pretty sweet to her. He's not always the brightest and most receptive, but I think he's kind of getting it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I know that a lot of you are at home without a lot going on, so I'll try and come back every day for a while. I know you recently gave me permission to not do that every day, but I think I will try and just kind of check in and say hey. And if you want to chat, don't hesitate to chat with me on Instagram. You can always find me there at Craft and Relaxin'. No G's, no and. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.